faces off versus the DC Pickleball team. The men take the court first. Dallas won the coin toss and they chose to react and are also putting the men out first. So Ben Newell playing alongside Daniel De La Rosa will face off against Sam Querrey and Stefan Avern. Cameron Irwin with you alongside Dominic Catalano as we get set for this Group C matchup. Both these teams 2-0 on the day. The winner of this is not just playing to make the knockout round. They have already solidified their position in that regard, but they are playing for a bye into the semifinals, as is the match currently happening out on court number 3 with the Bay Area Breakers playing against the Chicago Slice. Both those teams 2-0, looking to give somebody a loss and somebody to go up 3-0.
Yeah, and Bay Area is up 2-0 now. They've won women's and men's early on, so looking to move on to 3-0 and move on directly to the semifinals. And it's very important, especially for those two teams down there in Chicago and Bay Area, as they're both sitting atop the overall standings, looking to move on to the super finals on Monday. With the teams playing right now, DC and Dallas, they're both looking to move up the standings and up the rankings and move on to the semifinals as well.
Well, all 4 of our men are currently getting their serves warmed up. So the DC Pickleball Club, we mentioned the first name, that's Sam Querrey, former pro tennis player turned pickleball pro. He was the #1 overall pick in the Challenger draft. Shelby Bates also on this team alongside Stefan Avern, and Judith Castillo, a new addition from the Shuffle draft. It was very interesting to see Judith as she has climbed the ranks time and time again, whatever tour she has been playing on, a fantastic singles player, now finding some more prowess in the doubles and mixed doubles game as well.
Yeah, she's starting to really hold her own in doubles. And again, like a lot of the tennis players that come in from a high-level tennis background, they really succeed in singles first and foremost. And then it takes them a little while to get the nuances of doubles down. Judith's starting to get that. She's playing with a really highly competitive player in Shelby Bates. And I think the two of them playing next to each other, they're both feeding off of each other. And I watched one of their first and earlier matchups this morning and watched both Bates and Castillo play together, and they were really clicking early on.
It's also important to note, Ben Newell is actually replacing Brandon French. You'll see him on the sidelines for the Dallas Pickleball Club as he is currently nursing a bit of an injury, so happy healing to him, but looks like he's more in a little bit of a coaching role with the Dallas Pickleball Club.
Yeah, and he was basically their leader in the last event. He was really kind of took on that role, was the vocal leader as well on the court. He is not shy to show his emotions on the court to his teammates and his opponents. Feeds off of this atmosphere in MLP, but he is sadly missed. But Dallas doing very well today as they are 2-0 and in a great position moving on to the playoffs.
So as we get set, Ben Newell known to have a wicked forehand. He is a southpaw, so watch for that through the middle. And Daniel De La Rosa can bring just as much heat as anybody on the pickleball court. That ace of spades in his hand is a scary force to be reckoned with. Stefan Avern with the ball in hand, playing alongside Sam Querrey, who will be playing the left. Avern also a lefty. Lefty versus lefty. There's forehands everywhere. What? It's true.
Oh, Cam. It's been a long day, huh?
Last match of the day here on the grandstand. Glad to have you joining us.
Forehands everywhere.
This is Bring It Pickleball.
It is
my
right
kind
now.
of pickleball.
It is. It is all you. Pace.
0-0.
Speaking of pace, Sam Querrey trying to find the first. Good day if you're the DC Pickleball team, as you look through some of their results through the last 2 events, and this is the first time that they will have made a knockout round moving through the group stage. So congratulations to that club. Team. I knew I was going to do it once.
Yeah,
I knew I was going to do it once.
DC team, Dallas club.
just got huge. He thought he was about to get lit up.
Well, and to add insult to injury, De La Rosa got called for a foot fault. Michelle Baumgartner over there, all over the call.
2 up.
That is just nasty off that ace paddle right there.
Daniel De La Rosa, #1 world racquetball player. Gotten a little nervous right there as that ball fell just on the outskirts.
Go, come on, DC.
4-2. Use it, right here.
We got a Heisman Trophy winner in the house next to us here, Danny Werfel, taking in this match. She is an avid pickleball player.
Oh, got a W against him. Actually, I don't know if I won that or not. I got on the court with him. He's got some bad game. He was playing alongside his son, who is also very good.
Yes, Jonah, very good player as well.
I'm lying, I didn't take the W. It's not easy to beat a Heisman Trophy winner.
4-5.
Nice move right there from Query as he didn't even jump the sideline.
He doesn't have to, he just steps.
Watch this, he steps over the sideline and he almost destroys Michelle Baumgartner right there, referee.
One man's step is another man's jump.
Put it on a t-shirt, Cam. Oh,
and I'm not kidding, again.
That's
it's like he's walking on the moon.
Poor Ben Newell's got hit twice with those. Looking at his partner, Daniel De La Rosa, going, stop going there.
Well, this is the thing, as you could tell early on, just in these first few points alone, they were really targeting the backhand side of Sam Query, especially trying to get him to cut that dink. He's less comfortable that way, trying to find his feet. So that's an incredible response for him. Not only is he able to Ernie off the edge to negate that amount of pressure. Look at this poach, one of the best in the game in this regard, coming from the tennis ranks, that is.
Just missing that is Vern right there.
Some light touches for Daniel De La Rosa, though. This pickup, little half volley to get it done.
6-8.
And there's the quick windup and release of the arm for Daniel De La Rosa.
Watch him stand there and just stare down just a little bit right there from De La Rosa.
Newell had made up his mind.
No problem right there with Ben Newell. What he did there is he just doesn't commit 100%, and that back leg doesn't come with.
9-7.
Also important to note, too, for this Dallas Pickleball Club, they improved upon their results from Event 1 to Event 2. They missed the playoffs in MLP Mesa and then went on to make the final in Daytona. Daniel De La Rosa again with another heavy arm.
I mean, is there anyone who hits a harder forehand? It's very debatable.
Oh, he held it and sped up from behind his left shoulder.
Ted.
Replay, bother me.
No, we got to get this fixed.
We lost a chair courtside, so in case you're wondering what our slight delay is, they're going to check our camera.
It can be off a little bit, but it looks like it's off too much.
The camera is just a little off right here. His chair went down and bumped into the camera.
I think the camera was
Daniel De La Rosa making the joke that there was a distraction. Happened after the point.
I'm good.
9-10. Or make it 10-9.
15 seconds. Time in. 10, 9.
Newell working the inside out. He's got to have that much of quicker feet to be able to cover the middle.
10, 10.
Wow, what a ball there from Auvergne as he had Ben Newell just tied up and twisted here.
It's like Bambi on ice skates.
Oh, that's just, you're doing him bad right there, Cam.
No,
It's true, though.
Hey, you know what? There is no way I could ever play at this level. These guys are just outstanding athletes. I'm just, giving a little levity.
Right. Totally understandable.
Along with his feet.
Right, yeah, 100%. No, very slight edge here for DC, the DC pickleball team.
11-10 on the end change. Query with the serve.
Dallas, are you in your correct positions? Let's go, baby. DC, are you in the correct positions? Time in. 11, 10. Yes, that's it.
Auvergne with a strong ball.
11.
Well out of bounds.
11, 11.
The issue right now is that both De La Rosa and Newell are not finding the backhand of Auvergne. You've got to find the backhand of Stefan Auvergne and get him pulled off the court. His forehand's too strong in the middle.
What a shot from Query. Looks like he's back out with a tennis ball.
That is a very heavy forehand winner here from
13,
Query.
11.
Nothing De La Rosa can do when he's dotting lines like that.
Right there. Right there.
Stefan Auvergne continues with the service pressure at this point. 34 years of age, now residing in Austin, Texas.
14, 11.
Went to NC State. Plenty of dinking taking place right now at the kitchen line. Trying to figure out where the strategy and the speed up in lies is going to be the question. Who wants to strike and who wants to counter?
14.
That ball just lands in.
Yeah, nice ball right there from De La Rosa. Again, crashing in a little bit here. Come in and just roll that forehand and keep it in.
That just dropped from Ben Newell all the way from the baseline, putting everything he had into it to get it a little extra. Just dropping in the kitchen.
issue. They're trying to go to Auburn's forehand. Like, this is just not the spot.
15, 14.
You could say that again.
I mean, jeez. Right there, on cue, Auburn. Again, taking charge in the middle. I like it. We get no adjustment from Dallas.
16, 14.
Make it 17-14 off the missed return, trying to find that backhand side of Sam Query. It's not easily done, as that man will work around and open up the forehand.
Yeah, he loves to run around that and get to that forehand. He showed it last event in Daytona, and now he shows it again here. But the issue is they're trying to go to it too much right now, and then they're trying to find and speed up in the middle. That's just not the answer with the big forehands of Auburn and Query sitting there all over that.
So coming up next is the women's doubles competition for a point. Shelby Bates will be out on the court. She'll be playing alongside Judith Castillo. Krista Getcheva will take the court alongside Jill Braverman.
DC, you have 1. DC, are you in the correct position? Dallas, are you in the correct positions? Time in. 17, 14.
What a shot from the Dallas Pickleball Club. Check this out.
Oh no, that is just dirty.
Forehand on the backhand side. That left hip, flipping that over the top.
Wow, what hands. Ben Newell took a ball off his hip in the middle, right there.
I mean, his elbow was on his hip because his paddle was on his shoulder.
18, 15.
I got it.
You know, one thing I think people maybe take for granted is at this level, or at least watching this level, is just watch how active these athletes' feet are on every single contact and off-ball movement.
Oh, goodness.
Auburn is playing out of his mind.
Watch him try and light Query up here, and just watch him jump and just put the ball down.
19.
For Auburn to be able to swing that big at that drive is remarkable.
Well, yeah, and the fact that they haven't figured out that that's his forehand in the middle. I'm not sure if De La Rosa and Newell have found out that he's left-handed because they're trying to go to that left hip.
Game point for the DC Pickleball team. Back-to-back of middle winners, and they're going, yeah, they're going to fight over it. I don't blame them.
Fighting over it in the middle right there. Throwing elbows, dropping shoulders.
Yep, got it.
A little body bag on Query as he tries to just escape off the side of the court. Look at this. Yeah, not so fast, tall man.
No.
No.
We see you. De La Rosa trying to reset that instead of speed that up. I think that was his demise right there instead of just punching that back. And just like that, the DC Pickleball team pick up
the first. And I have to say, I think Stefana Verne and Sam Query have stepped up their game in the last even year, 6 months to this point.
No, 100%. I got a chance to play with Sam and Shelby and Judith Castillo the other day, and Sam is playing extremely well. He's really improved his soft game.
Even from Daytona.
Yes, 100%. He's improved that soft game. He's really learning the nuances of the game, when to speed up, when not to. And again, he's dangerous when he's playing the right shots at the right times.
And he's getting a lot more dangerous even off that edge. It's really incredible to see him start to earning and enforce his will, even with the forehand on the backhand side.
Yeah.
I think Jack Sock gave a little bit of an equation for success on just how good you can be still working around that.
Yep.
So nonetheless, the DC Pickleball team pick up the first point. You can see Krista Getcheva and Jill Braverman taking the court, as well as Shelby Bates and Judith Castillo. We're going to step aside for a few short minutes while they get warmed up. We'll be back once the action starts. As we get set for DC Pickleball team to take on the Dallas Pickleball Club for women's doubles, the second game in this Major League Pickleball format. Krista Getcheva playing alongside Jill Braverman. They call her Jilly B. And for good reason. Full of energy, full of life out there, and she will bring the fire as well as the A standard game. Facing off against Judith Castillo and Shelby Bates. A little bit of an unknown just in terms of their partnership, as Judith is a new piece to this puzzle for the DC Pickleball team.
Yeah, and they played well earlier, like I said. You know, Shelby Bates is playing that left side. Judith is playing that right side. And Bates got really big in the middle and put some balls away. Judith was setting her up nicely, playing that cross-court dink on the forehand really well. We'll see if that's something that Getcheva tries to expose cross-court with Castillo.
Come on, right here. Go to work. Go.
Go to work. Come on. Time in. Game 2. Time in. 0-0.
I like the look, though, from Shelby Bates.
Yeah, being aggressive right there, and watch some stuff she's been working on. A lot of two-handed cross-court on dinks from that left side, too. Oh, and two, you talk about here, Cam, it's cooler right now, too, so the ball is harder. And so the player's been hitting in it was very kind of humid this morning after the rain. And so now the ball going to be moving a lot faster.
Speaking of faster, Krista Getcheva with third shot drive, fifth shot drive as she steps into the transition zone. Fearless with that two-hand backhand.
Let's go.
Oh, man, that is a quick 4-0 lead here for Dallas.
Add one more.
And not the start that DC obviously envisioned here.
Jill Braverman played at Pepperdine University. Originally from this area in Orange County and Newport Beach, just about 30 minutes north of here. And a timeout called by the DC Pickleball team as they trail by 6. Right now, this partnership of Jill Braverman and Krista Getcheva seems like they are coming out with plenty of pace. What's impressed you in their game?
Yeah, again, right now they're putting the pace and bringing it to Castillo and Bates. What Bates wants to play that fast game. She likes to speed the ball up, got great hands, but again, right now it's just too much Braverman and Castillo, but it's almost a little just too much unforced errors from Bates and Castillo right now. It's not a lot of winners and point construction. It's unforced errors. And again, ball just jumping off of their paddles right now.
Krista Getcheva with the serve. She played tennis at the University of Wyoming. She's actually originally from Wimbledon. It's one of my favorite fun facts about her. As in the town of Wimbledon. You could say she was well groomed to play the sport of tennis and pickleball.
7-0.
To say the least.
No doubt her dad's tuning in, one of her biggest fans. He always comes out to the United States and gets a chance to see her in action.
that ball just, Bates just laughing it off right now. She's just so far out ahead of this. Watch her take this swing.
9-0.
Braverman doing a solid job through the transition. Watch these drops. Even that one she caught as she's still moving forward. 10-0, looking for a pickle. Little salt in the mouth for the Dallas Pickleball Club as they end up with a pickle, 11-0.
I've never seen this before in MLP, an 11-0 lead on an end change here. And that's exactly what DC's facing here now.
So does it still count as a pickle even though it's 11-0? I know we played a 21.
No, it's got to be 21 here. That'd be like a super golden pickle. We're calling it hashtag.
Okay, so we have the first pickle. Maybe there's a secondary.
Secondary pickle?
I don't know. Your golden pickle sounds better.
Yeah, it sounds kind of cool. Double golden pickle. It's called double golden pickle. If you get 21-0.
We have people chuckling next to us. I don't know if the chat is chuckling with us or not, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, a huge hole nonetheless for DC to get out of here. Down 11-0 on the end change.
Time in. 11-0.
Yeah, Braverman just leaning in. Just, I'm going to punch this perfect, easy, right?
That was a little poke.
Yeah.
That was one of the most casual pokes I've ever seen.
12-0.
It was a thing of beauty. A little stutter step, a little smoke and mirrors from Jill Braverman. Watch this as she wanted to get in the action, that little right jab step.
Yeah. All right, on the board. So no double golden pickle.
No double golden pickle, it's gone.
Just a start.
DC trying to go on a little run themselves here.
It's funny though, somebody in the crowd goes, it's just a start though. As you typically, in traditional scoring, would have start. 14-1.
14-1.
Shelby Bates wins the hands battle.
Well, finally, a little emotion here from Bates and Castillo as Bates finishes this on the forehand.
2-14.
And that is a perfect drop right on the kitchen line.
When we talk about it, you know, even if you may not win this game, moving on to the next game, you want to gain some momentum moving forward. You do have 2 mixed doubles matches moving forward, so you want to gain that momentum here. Not try and lose what the men built up in that first one.
Getcheva works just off the corner. Braverman trying to fill the middle, but ultimately creating some space on the backhand side.
Good job by Castillo right there, taking over in the middle as Bates backed up to play defense, and Castillo was up there by herself.
starting to isolate Skechers.
Yeah, a little bit. You're seeing Bates push that backhand right down that line a little bit, and then Castillo going cross court with her. That's some pressure right there with a huge forehand here from Skechers.
Look at that first roll to set up the pop-up. Beautifully done from Skechers.
Go, go, go.
Go. No! Come on!
And all of a sudden, you better watch out. The DC Pickleball team is coming to life.
And nice little job from Braverman and Skechers, though, like on the pulley system, as Braverman sprinted up to get that, ends up in the kitchen. Skechers backs up and plays a little defense. Keeps him in that.
Go!
And Jill lets him know that ball's long.
17-6.
Oh my God.
Right as it seemed like they had a little momentum, 2 unforced errors, and Dallas pulling away again.
I was just waiting for the out call back her direction. That would have been the perfect time.
Yes, it would have been. 100%.
No, out.
And they do have something to play with, though, right there. I don't mind that ball from Braverman. Is trying to go to that sideline nice and tight.
18.
Quick to get her other hand on the paddle is Skechers to find the high backhand. There's the first. Check out that shot right there. Braverman with the put away.
Ma'am. 19-8.
Bates on the return out of Coastal Carolina University.
Point.
Also played at the University of Buffalo.
28. Side out, .9.
Bates dropping down, trying to get out of the way.
I like that flick, though, from Skechers. It's a good spot. Bates just seen that before, so she's going to let that go. But typically players are going to play that. It's right at the body. Good counter there from Braverman in the middle. Watch her pinch here and read the speed up.
Side out, 20.
Game point for the Dallas Pickleball Club.
20-10.
Looking for the tie.
Point.
And they get it done. So we're knotted up at 1 apiece between the DC Pickleball team and the Dallas Pickleball Club. Again, the winner of this matchup will get a bye into the semifinals. Both teams moving on to the knockout rounds.
Well, I mean, you take away the 11-0 run, and again, it's a close game. But again, 11-0 run, but no double golden pickle, Cam.
No Super Pickle.
No Super Pickle.
No Super Pickle. We have the Super Finals on Monday, so we might as well have the Super Pickle.
That's good.
We'll get set with our mixed doubles combinations just on the other side of this. Tied up at 1 apiece. Mixed doubles becomes that much more important. Judith Castillo and Sam Query playing alongside one another, and Daniel De La Rosa and Skechers paired up.
Side out.
Dallas won the coin toss, so they chose to react. So this partnership was the one they wanted against Query and Castillo.
Daniel, that first ball's yours. Come on. Come on. Everything.
1-1.
Lots of communication right now. It's fun being this close to the court. You can hear Jill Braverman saying and telling Daniel De La Rosa that ball is yours on the previous rally. She really wants him to get involved. Utilizing that drive.
Yeah, because we know Getcheva right now is going to play fast because of how they played in women's just now.
And speaking of playing fast, Query's even jogging back to pick up the ball to get to the next serve. You want to talk about pace, he's pushing it in between points. Again, Getcheva, that two-hand backhand, she makes it look easy from that high point, but it is anything but.
Yeah, especially the higher it goes to, the more awkward it is to get both hands up and over top of the ball.
Come on, D, wake up. Come on, D. Come on. Come on, D.
They are in Daniel De La Rosa's ear right now. His own team, by the way.
Exactly.
I think he's getting heckled by his own team. And this is one of the other challenging parts about Major League Pickleball in terms of the format is you go on the court, you come off the court. There's not a whole lot of warm-up time between your men's and women's into mixed. You might be sitting. It's hard to get that much more rhythmic. Oh, dirty, dirty. She did him dirty.
So good by Getcheva right here. And watch her just almost hesitate as this ball drops, hold it on my paddle, and get Query moving to the middle. And she goes backside. Just so nonchalant from De La Rosa. It's just so easy right there.
It's easy power.
Yes.
6-4.
As a baseball player, I can only relate it to one person. It's Ken Griffey Jr. When he used to swing, it was just smooth and effortless, and he hit a ball 450 feet. Yeah, just beautifully done. And that's there it is again. Look at that. Just, this is flick easy. I need to get every ounce of my body into a shot and try and hit it that hard. I'm still not going to hit it as hard as Daniel.
8-4.
Yeah, yours.
And I think that nicked off the paddle of Judith Castillo. She puts her hand up saying, in fact, it did. Tough when you're trying to protect the middle right there. So 9-4, Dallas Pickleball Club up.
DC calling a timeout here.
Timeout, DC.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, calling a timeout here. And again, you talk about runs. I mean, 9-4 here now for Dallas. They jumped out to an 11-0 lead in the women's doubles match, the last match. I mean, they are feeling really good right now, winning that one 21-10. And so on cruise control is Dallas after dropping that first match in men's where Query and Auvergne took over.
It's back out of the timeout.
DC, no timeouts remaining. Dallas, are you in the correct positions? DC, correct positions. Time in. 9-4.
And again, take a look at the amount of shape on that from Krista Getcheva. That's just, what, 3 inches above the height of the net? And that one wasn't even an inch, and it's still cleared.
Clips the top of the tape here. Watch it coming right at you. Just enough to throw it over the paddle of Castillo, and an 11-4 lead here for Dallas.
Getcheva loves to play with pace. I'm not shocked as the temperatures start to drop and that thing gets that much harder that she's going to want to look for that two-hand backhand from the baseline.
Yeah, pace is so much easier when that ball gets harder and gets cooler out. pace is so much easier. Now it's about pace natural. Now create some more shape on that.
Correct position. Time in. 11, 4.
Nice ATP there from Queries. I mean, he picks it off the ground here. As we're right next to the court, we heard the paddle hit the ground.
11.
It might have been Krista's paddle that hit the ground that we heard.
Happens to the best of us, don't.
We did hear
there was a paddle and it did touch the ground.
It did touch the ground. It's debatable on whose it was. That's what I heard.
I don't think the video lied.
It did not.
Point. 13-5.
So tough trying to hit that as an overhead. It starts to fall out. Paddle is already pointing to the sky. Maybe a ball you instead roll, give it a little bit more shape.
Yeah, or at that point, he's so committed, let it bounce. And just play it off the bounce.
That's fair.
Ooh. And De La Rosa instantly in Getcheva's face going, I like it, I like it, I like it. Because that is a good shot. It's a tough ball to let go.
14.
Oh, that's nasty. Right there, Getcheva. Backside on Query.
Second time now. Gosh, even off that left hip. How did she do that?
Wow.
And that even lands everything going the direction of the Dallas Pickleball Club. DPC is feeling it right now.
It's tough right there because Castillo thinks she has a winner right there on the two-handed backhand, and De La Rosa just digs it out.
17-7.
Castillo jumped over the top of that ball. Watch De La Rosa close ground here after his drive.
18-7.
And even the drop working for Getcheva.
This is just, I mean, I thought DC had so much momentum after that first men's match. Yeah, that ball definitely going out. Getcheva still plays it.
That was a tough spot for Vida to be in right there.
Point. 8-20. Point.
So the trek begins, a mountain to climb for the DC Pickleball team.
9-20.
One more for Judith Castillo. Originally out of Spain, went on to play at Northwestern State. Udic called that ball out of bounds. Getcheva immediately saying, no, that ball landed. Here's a first look at it.
We cannot answer appeal.
From the naked eye looked out.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You see it in?
I'm just going to say,
guessing.
I thought it took an odd bounce. I thought the trajectory changed after the bounce. When that typically happens, I feel like it catches a piece of the line and slides.
Yeah.
So, again, not on my decision making right now,
why
but
we're here, not there.
Yep, so our officials will take a look at this. Again, we do not show it on this
We cannot
grandstand.
make a ruling on line
What do you do
calls.
over there?
We cannot make rulings on line calls.
I was just wondering if you thought it was in or out.
I can't answer.
Query.
He is just bombarding our poor official. You're not allowed to confer with the ref anymore whether they saw the ball inbounds or out of bounds, and Query is just
Sam's like,
giving him a hard time. What are you doing
Sam
over
goes,
there?
what are you doing over there then?
He goes, it doesn't matter if I saw it in or out.
He's like, we're not allowed to rule. He's like, I just want to know what you think. It's great.
Must watch TV over here.
Yes, we are in a challenge. That's great. Oh, Sam. Yeah. Having fun out here. It is, I mean, yes, both these teams want to win because it does get them a bye, so it is very important. But both these teams playing very loose for the most part because they both do know that they are moving on to tomorrow in the playoffs. So Sam still talking with our officials. Sam goes, you can tell me in or out after the match.
So again, 20-10 right here for Dallas Pickleball Club and the DC Pickleball team. Just the first mixed doubles competition.
Sam doesn't like it. He's like, you're being secretive. Why are you being secretive? He's having way too much fun. He really is.
Mike, we need to mic him up.
We do.
We've got enough mics around this place. Just throw one on his shirt. Come on now.
I'm interested to
Give him a
see
lob.
Miami mic'd up all their players for today. So they were mic'd up all day long, including newfound coach Jeff Warnick.
Oh boy.
So they were mic'd up all day. But yeah, Sam right now mic'd up would be great because he is having full-blown conversations with everybody.
And again, like you mentioned, the winner of this matchup will then go on to the semifinals. That would be massive if it were the DC Pickleball team, as they didn't even make it into the playoffs in the previous two events. So to then get into the semis would be huge. The call has been overturned.
This is why you're great, Cam.
Ball and
You
bounce.
saw it in. I'm wrong. 1-0.
I have my moments, Tom. They happen about 90% of the time.
Serving 20-10.
Game point.
Time in 20-10.
And game number 3 goes to the Dallas Pickleball Club. They are now up 2-0, one away from finding a bye into the semifinals at the challenger level.
Come on, let's go. Energy, one more block.
The sun may be setting here in Orange County, but the pickleball is still going right out here on the grandstand. Cameron Irwin alongside Dominic Catalano. The Dallas Pickleball Club up 2-1. Hoping to close this one out over the DC Pickleball team. Both these teams moving on. Question remains is who will be moving on straight to the semifinal. A bye is at stake at the challenger level.
This is an important match. I mean, nonetheless, it's been a very loose match, but it is a very important match because it does sit you pretty tomorrow, only needing to win one to get into the finals.
So Stefana Verne playing alongside Shelby Bates. They have been sitting for a game.
1-0.
Getting warmed up again to face off against Jill Braverman and Ben Newell. Jill's the one in the middle. She doesn't even look to her partner, still looking for the high five.
Come on, stay locked in.
2-0. Let reserve.
The ball hit the line.
Side out.
You're not supposed to make a call, right? Yeah, you're seeing the line's great now.
That is my call.
I'm sorry. Oh, the Dallas bench giving our officials a little grief. Lovingly, though. As he made the call that in fact did hit the line.
Correct, and that is one call that they are watching.
3, 1.
That's a nice ball in the middle there from Shelby Bates. As Braverman, I think, was expecting her to drop this back cross court.
Well, and immediately she looks to Newell and says, that's you, that's you. So on that cross court expecting, it's hard though, because Ben also has to cover the line there on the ball wide.
That's not Ben's ball. The angle that Newell almost gets that around the back.
He was trying to do the Daniel De La Rosa and Sports Center top 10 from last week.
3, 3.
Oh, he got it clean too. He just clipped the top of the tape. Back to what you were saying though, that's Braverman's ball because it's cross court to her. And like you said,
4,
right there, Newell's got to cover line.
But it's also tough to continue the thought because Newell is left-handed, so that is still his forehand through the middle. But regardless, there's a lot of court to cover up the line. That's the easiest stroke for Bates to come up with.
Oh, it looked like Auburn almost slipped hitting that.
5, 4.
Nice reset.
Not able to reset that one. Plenty of power.
5.
So who's going to be louder, Bates or Braverman?
5, 5.
Good question. Poll.
Bates ends up sitting in the transition zone.
Yeah, nothing she could do right there. She's just playing straight defense, trying to get out of there.
6, 5.
The right leave.
Again, this ball's jumping off of these paddles right now as it gets colder and colder here into the night.
7, 5.
Nice change of pace from Braverman after first drive. She just resets that ball in. Gets off and reaching a little too much.
They keep pushing Bates back up and off the line.
9, 5.
That's a big win right there for Shelby Bates.
The reason this is a winner here, and watch him go backside, right? Keep it away from the forehand in the middle, go backside.
They keep forcing Avern to hit that third, and it's keeping him a little bit more subdued at the baseline.
10, 6.
Again, same spot, backside on Newell. Now that one he gets a piece of, but goes a little long. But he's not able to counter that. He's trying to block that.
There it is. If it's not going to be a drive, it's got to be a deadly drop, and Shelby Bates finds one here.
Yeah, it sets up Auvergne to come in and poach this. It's right at the feet of Braverman.
8, 10. Nine, 10.
And a big serve, make it 10-all.
10, 10.
But you can tell immediately, anytime Auvergne has to hit that third shot, they're just not able to apply the same kind of pressure. Shelby's even coming in, but it's still not enough in terms of trying to find that poach.
No, Auvergne's reading it a little better on a drop, and he's a little bigger. He can be a little more active in the middle. So again, it's Bates hitting a good drop and allowing Auvergne to come in and poach those.
So the change of end at 11-10. This is a time when teams are going to have a little bit more conversation on the switch. Curious to see if anything adjusts from the DC Pickleball team in terms of that third shot.
Well, again, right now, too, they're in this match. The last two matches in women's doubles and in the first mixed doubles, they weren't even in it in the end change. It was like, it was 11-0 on the women's doubles. It was like 11-4 in the first mixed doubles. Now it's competitive. They're in this. So it's going to come down to it. DC trying to force that dream breaker.
Point.
Ball long.
12, 10.
No.
What a shot.
And good communication throughout that whole point from Bates and Auvergne. No confusion in the middle for them.
11, 12.
Auvergne and Bates fighting right now.
Let's go.
It got, I think it got.
I think it got her, and there's no argument from Jill. Yeah, I think it just got her shoulder.
Yeah, she's trying to duck out of the way.
The baby roll from Ben Newell.
Yeah, and again, change of pace right there, right? And so watch him just roll this down at the feet.
Yeah, he didn't even put a whole lot on that. That's all touch.
Yeah, right here.
Ball just skipped on Braverman.
13, 13.
Ben opening up the forehand.
13, Dallas.
Yeah. Let's go, DC. Come on. Let's go, man. Come on.
14, 13.
Bates with the big finish and the fist to the air.
14.
Great Ernie here. Watch her set this up nicely. She pushes Newell back up off the kitchen line and just follows it in.
14, 14.
No! Come on!
And I like that. The full drive, instead it goes line to line, finding that backhand side.
Of course you like that. That's how you play. Grip and rip, Cam.
He goes right back to it too. But it keeps Ben Newell out of the play.
But what you're talking about too is that he's going to it, but what's he doing? He's taking something off it to keep it in a good spot, and it's really low to the net and forcing the block upward.
14.
He's not even looking for the shake and bake from Bates. He's looking for it from himself. But what an adjustment even there from the Dallas Pickleball Club. Instead, they send the return more middle, so he can't find that. The line to line is the shortest distance. Anything cross court, it's going to give you that extra second of reaction time.
And that's, I believe, the first drive miss from Braverman. She's been on that two-hander this whole game.
15.
Good move in the middle there from Auburn. He read that nicely, but just tries to do a little too much with it.
Another from Avern, 18-16. Looking for a dream breaker. Toyota Prius dream breaker to be exact.
18-16.
That leaves a mark. Ouch.
Player on the court has to call timeout. Timeout. Dallas.
And especially in the cold.
19,
oh.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good. She's trying to get out of the way of it. It just ends up on her body too quick.
That will literally leave a well. I actually got one the other day.
Who hit you?
Oh, the net. The net hit me.
No credit to anybody.
No.
It was the net that got me.
Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Absolutely not.
Cameron Irwin alongside Dom Catalano. We'll give you a little reset here as it's 19-16. Dallas is trailing in game number 4. If they were to give up this game 4, we would move on to the Toyota Prius Dream Breaker.
Dallas, you're in the correct position.
The winner of this match gets a bye into the semifinals. And a quick call. Again, they send that ball back towards the middle. Get a little lucky on the Shelby Bates miss. Off the bounce of Vern.
What a good decision from Auburn. He could have reached and trying to take that out of the air. He doesn't. If he did, he would have been fully extended. Would have been a tough speed up. He lets that bounce.
That is a brilliant volley right there from Jill Braverman to fight this off, but an even better return. Look at where this bounced. To be able to take the bounce off of that. What a shot from Braverman. And again, it's the angle at which he's hitting that ball. There's no bounce on that thing at all.
No, not at all. It's a good spot. Another game point for DC.
Double freeze. And he changes his target.
Bates, challenge. Ball 17 feet out.
Query even goes, no, that one was way out. Oh, the hesitation. Bates was looking to add off the corner. Looking for the Ernie here, but.
Yeah, Auburn pulled back.
19-20.
That's just so much pace and power there from Auburn.
And what I'm shocked at is how consistent he is with hitting within the last 3 feet of the court.
No, 100%. You could easily hit that ball long, out, mishit it. He's very consistent keeping that ball in and to the back.
So let off the hook yet again is the Dallas Pickleball Club, a shot for the tie.
It's down, Dallas. 19-20.
You got it.
What a play! Ben Newell just shrugs his shoulder, looks to his partner, and says, "You get it done."
Unbelievable. Some great digs from Bates, but again,
20-20.
Newell just on the offensive.
Again, Avern cannot be stopped if it gets above pretty much hip height at this point.
Yes.
20-20.
Must win by 2. And we haven't seen Braverman find that shot. That was very tricky.
That's a good spot by Braverman, too.
With the 2 hands on the paddle still.
Hit it very well.
Yes, use it.
At this point, just trading side outs. Score stuck.
20-20.
I think Newell plays an out ball here too, but thank goodness he gets that down and on a good angle past Bates.
20-20.
Just rolling that wrist over. Dallas all of a sudden with the lead.
Let's go, DC.
It was 2017, DC in the lead.
21-20.
Match point.
Yes, use it.
Now all of a sudden DC has a lot of work to do. They need 3.
20-21.
That was a big serve from Auvergne, and I thought Newell missed it off his paddle.
Well, it's
Just
so
gets back
hard
over it.
when you want to
21-20.
find the 3rd shot drive, but it's a shallow return. They trade sides, and they still can't come up with it. Auvergne through the middle.
How about Braverman getting this ball back here?
How about the slide from Ben Newell?
20-21.
Hold on, man. Are we correct?
He's not even sure what side he's supposed to be on.
Those are we correct?
That's the 2nd return from Newell that we've seen clip the net.
Almost didn't think it was going over as we watch it.
But see, the mind's made up from Auvergne. He's just going to speed up the line. And by that I mean drive up the line on the 3rd shot. Excuse me. That's what it's. It's a speed up in its own right from the baseline.
100%.
20-21. You.
No, come on.
Yeah, you and I were like Bates come in and shake and bake that, but missed opportunity.
20.
Yeah!
And that is on the paddle. They just cannot keep Auvergne quiet.
He punishes these balls. Punishes
He still has to
every overhead.
He has to remain balanced right now on that backside. And that's the time he steps in.
Such a beautiful step in from Auvergne. Times it up nicely. Watch
Blackjack?
him read. Blackjack, 21-21. Got a new one to go along with French fries.
And they earn the lead back 22-21.
Bates jumps over that ball and then almost gets hit with it from the reset from Auvergne.
DC again looking to send this to a dream breaker.
22-21.
I got it. You.
And they get it done. After having match point and then facing it on the other side, the DC Pickleball team is sending this to a Toyota Prius dream breaker.
Wow, what a comeback there. It looked like they were down and out as Dallas answered the bell, came back down 2017 to get a match point on their paddle. DC answers, we're going to that dream breaker.
A late night dream breaker, a late night dream maker for one of two teams as we get set. The team that wins this last and final singles competition will move on directly to tomorrow's semifinal, correct?
Yeah.
I gotta remember the schedule at this point.
Yeah.
Cameron Irwin alongside Dominic Catalano tied up at 2 apiece. We will find out what the rotation will look like as DC Pickleball team is now reacting to the lineup of the Dallas Pickleball Club. Each team will play a singles competitor out on the court in a rotation of 4 rallies. The rotation does not shift or change, so the matchup you face will be the matchup you face for the entirety of the game. So out first, Daniel De La Rosa. And they put a guy who spent a good amount of time on a singles court on the opposing side, Sam Query. Ooh, actually, I lied. They changed it up. They put a Stefan Auvergne out there. They psyched me out. What are they doing?
Sam went and got the ball for Stefan.
Oh.
So that's what fooled you. Threw you for a loop there, Cam.
So he's changed roles. He's now the ball boy?
Yes. Yes. Very tall ball boy.
And skilled.
Yes. Highly skilled.
All right, so Daniel De La Rosa first versus Stefan. Once we find out the rest of the order, we'll let you know.
I think they're lined up in their order. So it would be De La Rosa, Newell, Getcheva, Braverman, Auvergne, Query, Castillo, Bates. That's my guess. And because DC put out first, so Dallas got to answer.
No, DC is reacting.
DC's reacting to
this.
So they went De La Rosa, and then I would imagine they go Newell. So yes, the answer would be for me, it'd be Auvergne, Query, go straight up, guys against guys. And then it would be Getcheva, and I would answer with Castillo for sure, as she is the stud singles player on that team. And then Braverman would be last there against Bates.
Ladies and gentlemen, 15 seconds.
We're just guessing and speculating right now, but we'll see.
Game 4. Time in. 0-0.
The first to Stefan.
1-0.
That's tough right there, as De La Rosa's ball never came up, and Auvergne trying to drive that, but it's from such a low position.
1-1.
De La Rosa didn't even quite make it to the kitchen line, but still came away with it.
Such good control from De La Rosa.
De La Rosa with a wind-up of a single-handed backhand.
His one-handed backhand is absolutely disgusting. You watch him here, and you're right, just coils and rips.
Disgusting in a good way. And so is that from Ben Newell. The inside out from the lefty.
Right now. Let's go, Sam. Come on.
4-1.
It's not you have to stretch him to find a point.
Well, yeah, he had queries sideline to sideline.
5-1.
And a good leave.
That's tough, too. That ball was dropping quickly.
2-5.
Looking for the inside in.
Had it, too, right on that line. Oh, no, they went Braverman. Third, and they answer with Castillo against Braverman.
A rare hands battle in singles.
And won by Braverman, but good job from Jill Braverman. Again, paddle up, ready for that.
One more for Jill.
Wow, Braverman just calm, cool, and collected right now.
8-2.
No way.
No way, yes way if you're Yuta Castillo.
That's just such a tight angle right there, cross court from Castillo.
We're going to give you that one.
And I think Yuta's response to that was, I think I earned that one. And she earned that one too.
Yeah, see, that's the best thing to do right there. If you're Castillo, that's what, you know, you don't react to anything, right? Just play the game, play it out. She doesn't react to what Braverman said, kind of laugh and get her off her game.
Free serve. I'll recall the score. 4-8.
Yes!
And Shelby Bates after the let serve.
Well, and the best part about that ball is she comes in, she takes something off, right? That ball right there, instead of trying to really rip that and hit a winner, she takes something off and finds a good spot.
And Bates is the first to get up to the kitchen line, but it's wide. One apiece for these two.
9-5. Nope.
That's a great ball right there from Krista Getcheva to be able to slice that and give some depth to it.
Yeah, it was tough off the tape right there. Ball dies so quickly, and it's so close to the net, too.
Krista walks away with 3. 11-5, change of end, and start of the rotation.
Bates missed that sideline 3 times in the same spot, just going just a little wide. Six-point commanding lead here for Dallas as the lineup will turn over here back to the top. Oh, Vern.
Last time these two faced, it was a 3-1 advantage in favor of De La Rosa.
Are you in the correct time in?
Been a long night for our referees too, as Michelle Baumgartner asking if our players are in the right position.
Nice backhand from Avern.
Yeah, good control at the kitchen line there from Avern, not getting too hectic.
6-11.
And that is what we saw a lot of in his mixed doubles competition. Great shape and drop on that.
7-11. Well, 7.
Starts with a great return from Avern right there. He just came away with 3 after dropping the first time around. 1-3.
Recall the score. 8-12.
Inside out.
See right there, what the death of Ben Newell right there is cutting that backhand too much, because then when Query hits his top spin, he creates more spin on it. He's got to go flat. Like that one was a little flatter.
Sam with the first two.
10-12.
This ball is called out of bounds, and the Dallas Pickleball Club is irate.
Let's go, Sam. Are you challenging me? No. Yeah, that's right. Come on.
After that replay, it did appear just wide, quickly referencing it. There's no challenge or argument from Ben. Ben Newell with the save of the day. All bets were against him at that point, and he comes up with a backhand winner.
11.
Wow, another great ball here now from Castillo. See if she's going to find her rhythm.
12-13. Point 14.
Her team saying, no, it was out.
Everyone's checking the lines right now. And Jill comes up with another. It's important to note, too, as there are 3 free challenges through the first 4 games. Only 1 allotted free challenge for both teams in a Dream Breaker. Oh, she cuts that. She looked for the drop volley.
It slid right off her paddle. She tried to cut it just a little too much right there. And back to a 4-point lead here for Dallas.
16-12.
And I was wondering if there might be an adjustment here. Krista loves that forehand slice, and might be something for Shelby Bates to look to, as she does have a fantastic 2-hand backhand as well. Even though just skipping. Shelby with the first 2.
Hey, house money, 0-0. Let's go.
Huge point right here for DC.
14-6.
Back within 1.
She tried to look for the roll, and all of a sudden Shelby Bates has 3 straight.
They do get back within 1 now. Now Bates trying to finish it out here.
Looking for the tie. Shelby Bates, 4-0. That is so critical for the DC Pickleball team. It's 16 all. De La Rosa and Avern back up. Through the first 2, they're currently tied up at 4 apiece. Avern now on top.
De La Rosa full out miss on that backhand. Not sure if he lost it.
17-16.
One more for Avern.
Too good right there from Avern, going sideline to sideline here.
18-16.
And Avern's wondering if that ball's in. This ball called out of bounds, and Daniel De La Rosa, you saw him put up the index finger, calling in that out of bounds, which would put us at 17-18. And there will be a video challenge here, whether this ball was inbounds or out of bounds.
We're challenging.
Right. The rally of stands is 17-18.
Like how much percentage do we have to winning it?
Vern asks, what's the percentage we have of winning this challenge? De La Rosa goes 3.
So they're going to take a look at this line call. Our officiating crew. Again, if this were to stand, the score would be 17-18. If it were to be overturned, it would be 19-16 in favor of the DC Pickleball team, and Stefan Vern would have gone 3 straight points. Also important to note, the video challenge was called by the DC Pickleball team. So if the call is overturned, they maintain that challenge here in the Dream Breaker, the one allotted to them. If it stands and that ball was in fact out of bounds, they have lost their challenge, their free challenge in the Dream Breaker. Everyone awaiting the call.
After video review, the ball was in.
And the ball was in. The call is overturned. Stefan Vern earns 3 straight, and the score is changed to 19-16 in favor of the DC Pickleball team.
That is a huge call.
And the other element to this is the
Yes.
fact that because the call was overturned, Dallas has lost their free challenge as well.
19-16. Time in. 19-16.
And De La Rosa earns 1.
Big hold there for De La Rosa and Dallas. Huge. Do not want to give that point up and put it on the paddle of Sam Query for the match. I'll see what Ben Newell can do here to neutralize DC.
Ben went 3-1, and then it was Sam 3-1. Corner pocket, Ben Newell.
Beautifully done by Newell. He had Query full extension.
18-19.
And it's out of bounds.
Yes.
Wow. 19 all.
19-19.
Ben Newell. Not so fast.
Ball just wide here from Newell.
I thought this was good.
Wait, no. I thought you only have one.
It was
And this
wide.
is the thing. They just wanted to challenge this, but you only have one challenge in the Dream Breaker, and they lost it. Because that earlier call was overturned. So you can still challenge. This is where it gets interesting. Dallas could, in fact, still challenge this. And if they were to lose this, and it's not overturned, they would lose a point.
Just one, right here. Just one. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Yes.
Right here, son.
No. You get one in the green. 20.
So you don't want to do that
Yeah,
because you
you-
could lose the match
Yes.
based off of a video call.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
thank you.
No, not right now.
Stop play. Stop play.
Nothing to lose here. Hey. Sam. What a call. That kid's play. That was scary.
They don't want to use it.
So they're going to just make sure this is right, but it also is increasing the anxiety and anticipation of everyone. And you can imagine for the two on the court right now, Ben Newell and Sam Query, DC Pickleball team has the 2019 advantage as Sam called that ball out of bounds.
Now or never, baby.
So look at this. You have the #1 overall pick and challenger, ball in hand, 2019. 1 point away from going 3-0 and being a top 2 seed in the playoffs tomorrow.
And Ben Newell was an alternate for this event, as he is filling in for Brandon French, who is out with an injury.
And Newell had gotten dropped too. He got dropped from Atlanta. And then gets picked up.
Time in. 20, 19.
Match point for the DC Pickleball team. Not so fast! Ben Newell again comes up like a wizard with the magic. That backhand flick is just unreal. Score is frozen, 19-20. And on a missed return, things are tied up.
20, 20.
That's one way to earn it. At least earn one back. At least the serve, 20-all. Score is now in side-out scoring. You must have the serve to win the point.
Just wide there from Castillo.
Score remains 20-20.
20, 20.
And it lands. So each opponent will continue to go through, even in the side-out scoring, for 4 rallies. So they could get through a rotation and not have a single point scored.
Yep.
We could be here
20.
all night.
That's in.
Krista Getcheva, the big overhead.
I don't know how you
No
keep
sun
that
to
in.
look into.
No. Bates shedding the sleeves.
20, 20.
Bates goes cross court with the 2-hand backhand, pulling that all the way across her body. Score still stuck at 20-all.
Give me one, Krista.
Come on, Krista. 20, 20.
And Krista Getcheva rolls that forehand right into the corner. And all of a sudden, the tide has turned again. DPC move on to the semifinals.
Unbelievable. Off the tape here from De La Rosa. Nothing Auvergne could do. Unfortunate for DC, but great match. Great dream breaker there at the end. 22-20.
What a dream breaker for the Dallas Pickleball Club. If you are not entertained, well, we might want to check your pulse, because that's what Major League Pickleball is all about. Closing out the night on an exciting dream breaker. So the Dallas Pickleball Club moves on to the semifinal with a bye, and still major congratulations to the DC Pickleball team, as they, for the first time in 2023, are moving on to the playoffs. Thanks so much for joining us here on the grandstand. For myself, Dominic Catalano, and the rest of our Major League Pickleball crew, hey, grab a coffee and come join us in the morning, because we've got more action coming to you right here in San Clemente, California. Tomorrow morning, we'll be right back with you.